And I'm back with more Danganronpa 2. Goodbye despair. Nagito is dead. We've investigated his crime scene. Now it's time to get to his trial.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed. So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict, where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this was the last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I'd believe it so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy's making us go through all this is the one saying it, you know?
Right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with the class trial,
right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is. No matter what. Even if I have to pull out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave the island? Thinking like it's Monokuma's trap?
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us!
Pick you up!
Damn right, stupid rabbit should shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. I finally realized, after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility might be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight!
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different than from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looked determined.
You.
What can you tell by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, just make sure you turn off Minomaru. It'd be annoying if he started talking. Fine.
But still.
Somehow, I understand what Monami is trying to say. I think. Anyway, let's get going. This is the last class trial. You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Blah. Blah.
Yeah.
This elevator ride will be the last time too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after they're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this'll go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the one who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened.
Well now.
Well, now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you
Shut
left.
the hell up.
Just fucking start this already!
Hey.
That's right! This is really the final class trial, right?
Yep.
Sure is! So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all!
All right.
Didn't I tell you? He said it! This is the end!
Now then.
Let's get this trial started!
Viva killing!
Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other! The 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last one. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komeda. The ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process. There was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would help despair, just to prove that hope would never lose to it. And he said he would become a stepping stone for despair. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered him. In order to return from his despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last time, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this last trial has begun. "17 points, huh? Okay, so extraordinary focus, menacing focus. So, here we go. Cheat code. Time limit doesn't increase. Neural liberation. Focus gauge decreases. Alright. That works.
Now then, let's speak during the I'll punish. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Ugh.
What?
This is dumb. This is dumb.
It's useless.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monomi.
I feel bad for watching that.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Thank you.
The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... So first up is duct tape and tortured Nagito.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with
so
duct tape, so he
after
wouldn't
they
have been able
killed
to
him.
confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, They wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm scared.
Man, we're getting right to it, huh? So duct tape again after.
I just realized
their
it.
kill.
It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. You're stupid. Stupid. Anyway, duct tape.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how at first, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him...
What? Damn it.
Damn it!
Oh. After the kill. What the fuck?
Like you said, Nagito, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated. I can't back down!
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it was. First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him...
Allow me to cut through those words!
Okay, so
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
panels. Opening the door.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Hajime wishes. Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Have you seen some of the trials recently?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
You can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse. Yeah, and right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back. Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this. Some kind of setup? I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Now who's got the crush? Then again, you've had the crush forever, so shut up.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks.
Damn right it is!
Yes! That is more like it. The reason for the fire. Monokuma panels. Propped up with a door. Monokuma panels!
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter. Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, It could have ignited the curtain.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Nope.
Or perhaps opening the door caused...
I agree with that.
Yeah! Love it when Sonia and I agree. Faux
I
show!
also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the
MP3
Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panel. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
MP3 player. Ha 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 ha.
I see!
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel. And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
With the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
The door was the only entrance to the warehouse. So the problem is the killer couldn't have left.
I see!
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave.
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
This murder.
Hajime? What do you mean?
Person who set up the domino effect. There's only one person who could have done that.
This is my answer! What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
God!
Nagito might do something like that. don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Burned rope. Tie up his arms and legs.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. No, that's wrong.
That was quick. Damn, that was quick.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
His right sleeve.
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before that.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Proof of his
I see.
right sleeve.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Wow.
That's definitely wrong.
Yes, it is very, very wrong.
Fine.
Wow.
I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
No. God, no. Where did we get this from?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
I don't understand her.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
That much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
I haven't given you anything. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Why are we keeping to bring this up? You need to stab your right hand using only your right hand. There's definitely an answer for this. Monokuma plushie propped up.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
Yeah!
The life-size Monokuma plushie.
Blood on the left
He must
hand.
have used that to prop the knife.
Rules out his left.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
This guy's fucking wrong in the head.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
Yes, but he's sitting right there on the high chair.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
I don't get it.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
Probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Dude, keep up.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Thank you.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monami sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Shut up.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer. But suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now. Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up to now by doing that.
All right, let's do
now.
this.
All right. Blood on the left hand rules out the right hand.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on.
Anything?
It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Okay, I'm gonna be here all day, so I'm gonna take breaks. I want to beat this trial in like one go. One set of episodes, so probably 3 or 4 episodes. But I'll call it here and I'll get right back to it.